Audio now unmuted. Press Alt to show or hide meeting controls. Press F6 to move between meeting controls and reclaim host pop-up. I'm going to turn off my screen reader, okay? Space. Speech on demand. Okay, so we can wait for Frida and Jordan.
Okay. All right.
So there was iPhone 19. So it's Frida here. 29. 1 minute.
Yeah, I'm already here.
Oh, hello, Frida. Good morning.
Hi, Frida.
Hello, hi.
How are you doing? So great to have you today. So today we are going to be starting in 1 minute. And is Jordan here yet?
He has not joined yet. I've sent him a message, but yeah, we're still waiting for him.
Okay. So maybe I should turn on a video. You tell me whether I can see it.
Yes.
All right, excellent. Okay. So today I spoke with several other people, including Wendy and some people from California. I hope they join us. California is too early in the morning. It's about 6 a.m.
It's 3. Yeah. I mean, it's 3 hours behind.
3 hours behind, yes. So, yeah. So how is it going, Frida?
Yeah, the going is good. How are
Yeah.
you?
All right. Is it raining a lot, or has the weather changed over there?
It still rains in the afternoons and in the night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in the mornings the sun comes out.
Yeah.
I think that's what is good when the sun comes out in the morning instead of raining the whole time. Every single minute it's raining. Then even the crops have no room for growing. Mm-hmm. There's no room for photosynthesis. You need sunlight for photosynthesis, and of course the heat of the sun. So this year the weather has behaved very well. So let's see. Come on, where's my bag? Looking for my bag. I put it away from you. So we should get started. Today we were supposed to have Jordan when he logs in. We'll be very happy. But if Jordan is delayed or is having some, say, maybe technical glitches, we can still get started and talk about why we're here. Yeah, this is the fourth session for our meetups, weekly meetups. And we had the first meetups about in the beginning of the month, that's May 3rd. And so these meetups have become very successful because they're helping us unravel a very important story about how we can use decentralized finance for health and human development. And in today's discussion, we shall explore about how we're using blockchain. And Jordan himself has created a blockchain software. Let's say an application, decentralized application that that can on-ramp your fiat currency, your Kenya shillings, or maybe Ugandan shillings, or US dollars into the blockchain directly, and then it converts them into cryptocurrency, most particularly stablecoins. And that's what we're going to hear today about Jordan's project. And then, of course, Jordan will also talk to us about the ocean of talent that is in East Africa, or say Nairobi specifically. There's a lot of people who know about Web3 technology right now in East Africa, and we we need to bring that story of that ocean of talent into the awareness of everyone in the Web3 community. So, and of course, that ocean of talent, it's not just a pool of talent, it's available for people who are looking to develop a blockchain application or the Web3 applications. So that is to say why we're here today. And of course, we are the actual Society for Decentralized Science. And, decentralized science means science is already decentralized by itself. So we are not decentralized in science. Science is decentralized science. What has remained centralized in the decentralized science, it is the finance system itself. But today we have the finance is catching up with the decentralized science. And of course, this is all in the service of human health. Because the health of a human being is itself intrinsically decentralized. There is no human there's no health, there's no human being who responds to his health or produces health like any other. So health production, and I talk about producing health for yourself, for your own body, is very, very specific to you and relies upon what you eat, where you live, the air you breathe, and the environment in which you live. See? And how close you live with how close you're living with animals, you see? And so three things. One, what you eat, okay? That's food. Two, where you live, that's the environment. And three, the relationship between you and the animals. Why is this important? Number one, food, food is, let's say, people say you are what you eat. Mhm. If you eat a lot of bad food, you develop bad health. Mhm. And food determines the outcomes of your own health, whether you like it or not. And so food is a primary predeterminant of health. And availability of food or access to food or good nutrition, what's called balanced diet, depends upon how much money you have in your pocket. That's one. Of course,
Hi, Doc.
hello?
So I can see Jordan has joined.
Jordan is here. Okay, I will just finish this thought about food and environment. Environment now depends on where you live, your housing, and and um and how you can protect yourself from all the environmental problems, pollution, and that depends again on how much money you have in your pocket. Again, and then the final factor, which called animals. Animals bring a lot of diseases. In fact, nearly 90% of the diseases that becomes pandemics, like Ebola virus disease, come from the animal kingdom. And why do people go into animal kingdom? They go to look for food, to hunt for basic needs. So if you can meet those basic needs, we are going to have, but you cannot meet those basic needs without money in the pocket. And that's why we're here. Talk about money. How do you make sure people have money in their pocket to protect themselves from the problems of not having sufficient food, environmental issues, and protect themselves from diseases that come from animal kingdom. Now that Jordan Mudemba is here, we're going to get started right away. And Jordan is going to give us a presentation about his project. Jordan, welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello.
Hello.
Hello,
Hi.
Jordan
Can
Mudemba.
you hear me?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. Just 1 more minute. I pulled up the presentation.
Okay. So as Jordan is pulling the presentation, Jordan, I introduced you before you came in, and thank you for being here. And you're going, I told people that you're going to talk to us about Exion Pay, about on-ramping, off-ramping from fiat into the blockchain, and you're also going to speak to us about the ocean of talent that is in East Africa. All right.
Yeah.
Excellent. Then, as
Okay.
people are listening, you can listen to Jordan. Then you can put down questions to ask Jordan at the end of the presentation. And we want to make this presentation, after his presentation, we want to have the discussion as interactive as possible. Thank you, Jordan. Take it away.
Awesome. I hope you can see my screen.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Okay. So my name is Jordan Muthemba. I'm a software developer, stroke smart contract developer, and blockchain enthusiast. I've been in the space, in the blockchain space since 2018. I think Dr. Masharian, that's when I got introduced. Actually, it's Dr. Masharia who introduced me to blockchain and how to develop smart contract. Yeah. So today, been in the space for that long, I've been able to contribute to different ecosystems. And today, I've been able to, we have been able to build something really awesome product called Exion Pay, which is a stablecoin payments system made easy. Yeah. So our mission is to be able to like smash crypto jargon, make them easy for everyone to be able to understand, specifically be able to, for people to be included in the financial system here in Africa and specifically in Kenya, to be able to send money easy like a text and be able to use zero friction fees within the ecosystem. So some of the problems that we noticed that led us to build Exion Pay was that we've seen a lot of high transaction fees when it comes to fiat transfer. So fiat is the monetary value that is currently being used. The Kenya shillings, the Nigerian naira, and such. Another key thing within the blockchain space was wallet addresses, which has been a headache, whereby people are not able, you find that people send to the long wallet addresses, and also the safekeeping of these wallet addresses. So we've integrated Exion Pay with mobile phone number wallet mapping, where you can be able to like send money using the phone number. Yeah. Then there is a lot of confusing fees and also terms, and new users feel lost. I remember back then in 2018 when we were trying to onboard people onto various wallet platform, they would get lost and they would feel confused, and at the end of the day they would lose their private key, which has led us to this development. So our solution is very seamless. Some of the digital, cryptocurrencies that we have integrated into our system, we have local stable currencies such as Selo Kenya shillings. We have US dollar pegged digital currencies such as CUSD, USDT, and USDC, which are very easy and which are stable. So there is no volatility. So one of the good things about stable digital currencies is that they are stable, so they are not volatile. And on the other hand, they also protect you from inflation. So if you are holding Nigerian naira or you're holding the Kenya shillings, you are protected from inflation. And on the other hand, you are protected from Bitcoin volatility. So they are stable. The other thing is we've integrated mobile for numbers, which is accessible, which give us accessibility to Kenya and also other countries. These will be able to promote and reduce transaction costs for both consumers and merchants. In terms of adoption, we've collaborated with Mentors, which is the creator of some of the stable currencies within the Celo blockchain. And we are very transparent. So there is no wallet strings attached to us. Some of the key features, I have mentioned a lot of key features, specifically mobile number and stable currency. So we have one tap for send and receive. So you can just like the phone number of the user you want to send to, or the person you want to send to money, and then they will receive. So you can either do crypto to crypto transaction or crypto to fiat transaction, where that means if you are sending, let's say, for example, to Dr. Macharia, 10 USDT, and you are sending it in fiat, you are sending it in USDT, and you want Dr. Macharia to receive it as M-Pesa, he will be able to receive it in his M-Pesa phone number. So we have instant wallet funding. We have real-time notification. You are able to track all the transactions that you have been able to make within our system. The user experience we've really tried to make it very simple, whereby you can be able to get onboarded in 60 seconds, compared to other wallets that have been there previously, where you have to write your phrase word, your phrase word somewhere, and then do a lot of backing up of your wallet. We've really made the onboarding process to be very seamless and simple. And also a very clean UI, which makes it easy for people to be able to understand what is happening within the wallet. For sending money, we've made it with 3 steps. So you enter the name, you enter the amount, and then you tap on the send. Why this really matters is that we want to make crypto for everyone. Within the initial Bitcoin paper, the Bitcoin paper mentions that the blockchain or Bitcoin is supposed to be for the people, by the people. And we cannot be able to bring mass adoption without having everyone onboarded, everyone being able to have ownership of their own funds. And that's why Exion really matters, because it brings us one step closer to being able to bring on people, onboard people, especially here in Africa. It's very fast. We have stable currencies, which will be able to protect and empower users and new users, and also the ones who are unbanked. Our current market is the underbanked Africans in remote areas. We have young users who are tech savvy and also who are not that much tech savvy. We have small businesses needing fast payments. Where we are at the moment, we are in East Africa, Kenya, which has M-Pesa. We are looking into going into other areas, that is our neighboring countries like Uganda, Tanzania, and hopefully the rest of Africa. Yeah. Don't know if my other co-founders are in the call, but I think I can go on to the next screen where we have a demo. So I'll play the demo. I can move a little bit, just a little bit to where the onboarding process is happening. So as you can see, you can create your account using phone number. We have send, make payment. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if you can hear the voice in the background, but I can explain. So at the moment we have Celo. Let me just go back. Sorry. So at the moment we have Celo, CUSD, CKS, and Celo Euro. So CKS is Kenya stable currency, which is pegged on the Kenya shillings for local users. Yeah. So that's it on Exion Pay. We'll give floor to Dr. Masharia to maybe or the audience to ask more questions. Yeah.
Yes, thank you so much, Jordan. This is revolutionary. And of course, it actually now helps to amplify the applications made for the Western nation, the Western market. But now
Yeah.
this is for Africa itself, which is very localized to the local, to the, it is actually tailored to the local situations in Africa. So I have a whole lot of questions, but I think there must be people here who have questions because I think it's very important that we unpack this in detail so that everyone gets to understand its power. Now, you say that your focus is the unbanked. The unbanked population in Africa is larger, much larger than the actual banked population. That unbanked population, because the people don't have access to financial services, unlike in the Western world, where there's a bank at every corner of the street. So people in the Western world may not even have any idea what it is to be like to be unbanked, not have access to finance services. People who are much more affected by this problem of lack of access to finance services are women.
Yeah.
In some regions of Africa, almost 90% of women are unbanked. They don't have access to banking services. So what you're saying is that this gives power to all those people who are unbanked, and that is billions of people. But you see, we have to start somewhere. And what is remarkable about what you have done, you're saying that with your cell phone number, your phone number, the phone number itself is now linked into your private key. Can you explain how that's working? Because cell phone is somebody, a phone number is something that everybody almost has today. The mobile phones are ubiquitous in all countries in Africa right now. That means everyone with a cell phone will gain access to this wallet. Is it a wallet? Tell us how you.
Yes. Yeah. It's a wallet. It's the normal wallet. So the wallet is a custodial wallet. We've made it custodial, but upon request, people can be able to access their private keys. So what we've done with mobile, we are using Celo blockchain, which is a mobile first blockchain, and it has done a really good job in making it easy for people to be able to get onboarded using mobile like phone number mapping of wallet addresses using the phone number. And this makes it easier for people to be able to access crypto and also be able to, when you are off-ramping, you can be able to off-ramp to your phone number directly. You don't have to go through the different exchanges like Binance, because if you look at Binance, for those who have used Binance or have had a chance to use such exchanges, you go through a lot of merchants, and you have to look through merchants to be able to understand how do I convert this cryptocurrency to M-Pesa. So we've made it easier for people to be able to convert and also onboard themselves into crypto without having to understand these blockchain jargons. And as you have said, people who are really unbanked are the women, and they make the biggest percent. So and not to be biased, they don't really have that much time to live alone to understand what is happening. I've tried in the initial time when I joined blockchain. I tried to onboard my mother and my grandma to blockchain space, but it was too difficult for them. So right now, I've tried to make it easier for them to use Exion Pay, which I think they will really be able to appreciate that now you can be able to have value for your money, and yeah.
Well, excellent. Well, thank you so much, Jordan. First of all, I am very, very happy to have seen your growth, because remember you said we met way back in 2018. We started together there in Nairobi, and we introduced blockchain in our team, and you have been relentless. You have stayed with it. And I think in terms of your vision of now to bring Exion, you could say that something could have come from your process of trying to onboard your own mother and grandmother onto the blockchain. And the language is complicated, and they could not figure it out. But you have simplified to the extent now that your own grandmother will be able to get on the blockchain without needing so many explanations of the backward details. Could this have been what has driven your vision?
Yeah, that has actually what has been that has been driving the vision. We actually kind of joke most of the time that when we are developing application, we normally say that the end user does not care whether we are using zero knowledge proofs or blockchain technology. At the end of the day, they want to send money. And sometimes back in 2023, we went to Narok. We went to Narok County, and we were doing some sampling and data collection, and at the same time we were doing a hackathon. And most of the developers, when they were doing user gathering data from the community, they realized that these people don't really care about the technology behind, but what they care about is how do we send this money on time? How do we get this money on time? And that's what and I think for us to be able to have that mass adoption of cryptocurrency and blockchain in general, we need to simplify the onboarding process, whereby people are able to understand. And if you compare what M-Pesa did, M-Pesa did a very simple job in using the USSD to onboard people, whereby if in the remote areas, people could be able to send and receive money without the hassle of like knowing the technology behind. So that is what we really need to simplify, so that we can be able to have people being able to adopt blockchain technology, which is meant for them because of which is really meant for them because it's transparent, and it's easy to be able to trace this transaction and audit this transaction. So that has been the inspiration. Apart from now my grandmother or my mother wanting them to be part of the movement, it's also a way to be able to build financial systems that are transparent and auditable. Yeah.
Okay, well, thank you so much, Jordan, for that answer. Because what you're saying that the Exion Finance now, your project is uniquely tailored for the African context, isn't it? Am I right? Uniquely tailored for the African context, because you even talked about USSD, and I'm going to ask you to clarify that. But before we talk about what is USSD, I would like to just remind people what is Masai Mara. We're Narok. You say Narok County. For all of you who have not been in Kenya, you don't know what is Narok County. Narok County is where you have the Masai Mara Great National Reserve. Where we have one of the 7 wonders of the world, like the Mara transition, where we have wildebeests crossing the Mara River once a year, and then it crosses the Mara River again over there. So it's a major tourist attraction. But that's not the only thing that happens there. That place is occupied by local people who are called the Maasai. And those local people, every one of them is on a cell phone, even including the old Nokia feature phone, which is the USSD. Jordan is going to explain to us what that is. And so those local people, what Jordan is saying, that they went there to Masai Mara, to, let's say, Narok, and they were doing a hackathon and trying to onboard people on the blockchain, but they found that the local people do not care about all this verbiage about private key, public key, zero knowledge proof,
Yes.
all that. All they care is, how do I get on the blockchain with my phone? So Jordan, could you explain to people what is USSD phone?
Awesome. So USSD is unstructured something. Can't remember the entire name, but it's really something which is unstructured. And one of the advantage of USSD is that it works through a feature phone. So a feature phone is a very basic phone, unlike a smartphone. We normally call it here Amurika Mwizi.
Yeah.
It's to shine on the thief.
Could you see in the United States, the USSD is like the old flip phone. Flip phone, like a Nokia flip
exactly.
phone, which is on a keypad, is a tactile keypad instead of the keypad you have now on the smartphone.
Yeah.
It's a tactile keypad like this one, where you put numbers, and the numbers are also letters. Yeah. So
Yes.
the data is unstructured data system. And Nokia distributed lots of those through Safaricom in Kenya. That those phones they are very, very cheap. They cost at most maybe 1,000 shillings, like 10 shillings or 20 shillings. I mean 20,000 shillings, which is like $10. $10, $20, you can get a phone.
Nice.
That's why they're cheap, and they're distributed. Every household has got that phone, and that phone has got a flashlight. Why they call it Mulika Mwizi? Mulika Mwizi is shine light to a thief.
Oh, wow.
If a thief shows up, you can just turn on the flashlight on your phone, and you say, "What are you doing here?" That's why it's called Mulika Mwizi. Or maybe you also call the telephone for the watchman, because like telephone for the poor people, everybody. So, but in terms of its distribution, there is a Mulika Mwizi telephone in every single family, if not 2 or 3. So the distribution for that phone is ubiquitous in the whole country. And of course, it is very powerful because its battery can last maybe almost a week. You just charge it once, and it stays live.
You charge it once. Yeah. Nowadays, I've seen some of the phones. They have a solar, like a small solar panel on the top.
It can be. Exactly.
And it's easy to like access. Actually, most small businesses they use the feature phone for transaction. So you'll find like an M-Pesa agent or a small establishment like a shop. For them to receive money, they use the feature phone. which now bring us to why Exion is really a game changer in the local context. It's because we've integrated what we call pay bill numbers and pay bill number, and that is Lipa na M-Pesa. So through the Exion platform, you can be able to send your crypto directly to your local shop, your local mama boga, and be able to pay for your groceries without the need of you to be able to like convert your crypto to Kenya shillings. So you pay it directly, and then the shop owner will be able to receive either fiat. So in the near future, we are planning to like build a merchant system whereby the merchants or the shop owners will be able to like have an option if they want to receive in M-Pesa, or they want to receive in crypto. They will be able to receive such and also onboard them into the blockchain ecosystem. Yeah.
So you're saying the merchant now can choose whether to receive money either in CK stablecoin, that is Silo Kenya shilling, or in Kenya shilling itself.
Yeah. So in the that is in the next phase of Exion.
Yeah.
We really want to onboard merchants because we don't want to leave anyone behind in this blockchain adoption and blockchain. Like I said, we want crypto to be for everyone, and one of the ways to be able to onboard everyone into is to be able to build infrastructures that they can be able to use and understand, which has an aspect of traditional setting, but then we are using the latest technology to be able to do transfer of money.
That's amazing. Now, there are two terms I would like you to explain to people because they don't know this language we speak in East Africa. Mama Boga. Yeah, and the other term is pay bill number. Okay?
Yeah.
Could you explain to people what you mean by Mama Boga?
Mama Boga is we have these small I would call them dukas or shops. They are like grocery stores or kiosks. All kiosks. They are like grocery stores in the context of in the US, but now relatively smaller than the grocery stores. So they are normally run by small, like we can call them.
I think they would call them convenience stores.
Convenience stores, corner stores, or bodegas.
Yeah, bodegas. Yeah.
Bodegas.
Bodegas, those are in New York, yeah?
Yeah, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So they are run by most of the grocery stores are all convenience store. The Mama Bogas kiosk, they are normally run by women, and it's interesting because Exion Pay is built for one of the target users is this group, and it changes the way they receive money. So they are the most in at the moment, at the current state of how the Kenyan economy is like. They are the one who are being affected by the inflation of the Kenya shillings. So if they are able to tap into this technology and this existing these channels, they can be able to have more value for their money, and even protect them from inflation.
Yes.
And the other thing was pay bill. So pay bill number is a number that like such stores, kiosks, and shops that are given by Safaricom M-Pesa, so that they can be able to receive and send money. So we have two ways that you can be able to send and receive money. So one is through your phone number, and if you own a business, you are required to create a pay bill or buy goods number, which you can be able to receive money for your business, which is really great. Now with this pay bill and Lipa na M-Pesa or buy goods number, Exion has been able to leverage that technology or that number. When you want to pay for your goods, you can be able to pay through your crypto through that pay bill number, without the need for you to be able to convert your crypto to fiat. So you don't have to go through a lot of channels to be able to change your crypto.
All right, now that's very good. Because let's explain a little bit about this pay bill M-Pesa, because it's all very strange language for people who are not in Kenya. Pay bill is a way to get paid that was invented by Safaricom. Safaricom is a telephone company that distributes all these, what you talked about, those feature phones everywhere in the country. And the Safaricom invented something called M-Pesa. M-Pesa is mobile money, which in the US you could make it equivalent to Apple Pay. M-Pesa came around way back when, in 2005, 2007. So before Apple Pay showed up later.
Yes.
So Apple Pay learned about mobile money from M-Pesa. And how M-Pesa came about with Safaricom, when Safaricom introduced something called it's called something for sharing your data. Like you can share, if I can buy a whole bundle for speaking, a bundle of data, which like you could say airtime. I can buy airtime for speaking. Then you say, I can share those airtimes. I can share that bundle of airtime with my sister.
Yeah.
So my sister will be able to speak at the same time.
Yes, you mentioned this last week.
Yeah, we mentioned about this. So that way of sharing, they call Sabaza. In the beginning, that's what they were calling it, Sabaza. Sabazaing is the word for sharing. Share your mobile data with your family members so they can also be able to communicate. And then it turned out that Sabaza has got the same value as the amount of money you spent in buying the Sabaza. So it is equivalent. This means Sabaza is money. And that became M-Pesa. And so what you're talking about, the mama boga. Mama boga is a word for mama means woman, mother. Mama is mother. Boga means vegetables. The woman who sells vegetables at the corner store or corner of the road. So that lady could get paid for her vegetables using M-Pesa by just sending what? A bundle of minutes to her, Sabaza, sharing your minutes with her. And that became the money, the form of exchange. And this was made possible by that phone called the USSD phone, the Mlika Mwizi phone, or just the feature phone that's ubiquitous. So every mama boga, and that is connected to your telephone number. So that telephone number, for it to work so that you can receive money, you're given an account by Safaricom, which they call pay bill. So they give you a pay bill number. So if you need to type your pay bill number in your phone, then you type the amount of money you want to send. And of course, what you're sending is not real money, it's minutes. Then those minutes gets transferred to the mama boga or the lady who is selling the vegetables. And now what Jordan is saying is that with the cryptocurrency, you can now map the telephone number, just like a pay bill number, the telephone number to the pay bill number that mama boga will get paid with crypto. And she's going to receive the money, whether in Kenya shillings or in crypto. It's up to her to decide. So she can receive the money, or she can withdraw it in Kenya shilling, or she can withdraw it in CK stablecoin, which is the Silo Network Kenya shilling is a stablecoin. See, so this means that brings this Mama Boga. Did I explain that correctly, Jordan?
Yes.
Well, this reminds me, and also sparks a question. It reminds me about this pizza place in my local neighborhood, which throughout my life has been on the lower end of the economic scale and education scale, and just lower end within the city. It's used to be a dangerous place. It's improved now, but still it still has a stigma, tied to it. And even in that area, there's this one place. I've only found one place like this where I could buy pizza slices using Cash App, and it's the same convenience aspect. It's not through crypto. It's dollars to dollars, but just the cool idea of having the option to buy a pizza using a phone number, that was cool, and especially in my local neighborhood. And I went there specifically because of their pizza and because of that convenience. It builds rapport. You have a transaction history through Cash App, so it can be for your taxes. You have all the options and features on Cash App, and just overall, I think it's a great idea. And this reminds me of Jordan's company, and his tech reminds me of that.
Excellent. Wow. This is really, really good. So thank you so much. So much, Jose. This is Jose Rodriguez, who is sitting with me here.
Yes.
In the alcove. This is alcove one.
Yes. I had a question though because of that. Well, I had a question earlier, but then I have this other question because of this the Cash App thing that I use to get the pizza. What kind of features, for reporting and taxes does your app have?
Yeah, reporting to the government and taxes, Jordan.
Okay. So on the blockchain side, we haven't. So the company is registered here in Kenya. So it's registered here in Kenya locally, and for taxes, we are still in the early stages in terms of crypto regulations here in Kenya, and that is something that we are looking upon to, because they haven't been like an actual. There are talks on bills and how regulations now works. What I can say, I would say it's somehow a gray area, but since we are a registered company, we are obligated to, as a company, we are obligated to file tax returns. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think yours is a payment platform. So I think you just need to comply with the money transmitter regulations. Those ones are already there. Money transmit, just like every company, yeah, but then the money we are transmitting would be on the blockchain money itself, which is where the government still has not made up its mind, like what is the blockchain money transfer. But that's whether the government has made decision about it or not, the blockchain is already here. So and of course, as a money transmitter, then of course you're going to be required to have licenses for money transmissions, just like PayPal has to get licenses in every country that goes, to make sure that they are in compliance with the local regulations. And that is specific to every nation. Now, as far as taxes are concerned, the person receiving the money is the one responsible for paying taxes for the money. For example, the Mama Boga, this lady who is selling vegetables, she's doing a business. which is not up to you to make her pay taxes. You cannot collect taxes on her behalf.
Mhm.
But she is the one who is supposed to do what?
Yes,
Pay
and
taxes
so
to the government. So
Mhm.
Safaricom has introduced M-Pesa and a pay bill number. Um it has worked with the government that when money comes through pay bill, what Safaricom is going to report how much money, the volume of transactions that are going through pay bill. And then whether people to pay taxes out of that is up to them, or the government to collect the taxes from the people. Just like when you when you have employees in your company, these are like independent contractors. When you have independent contractors in your company, the best you can do is tell them, you guys, you need to pay taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah. Otherwise, the government is going to come
Well,
after you.
that brings up the clarity I need to add to my question. My question,
Mm.
all that is valid. Those are valid points, but those address a separate question. My question specifically is about on the shopkeeper side.
Mm.
Are there features in Jordan's app where I can just track my
Oh, your taxation.
my transactions? Because right now, if I go to Cash App, I can see every month, I can see all my transactions and I can print it out and have it ready for any filings I need to do. So I was just wondering if he has the ability to track it and and print it out. Are there any data analytics, for the people who need the data, for reporting? So it's not on the government side, on the government
okay.
side, it's more just on the entrepreneur side, on the contractor side that I'm asking this question.
Okay. I got it. So we've been developing the dashboard area of the analytics, but we like I said, in the next quarter, that's when we will be able now to have we will have rolled out the merchant side of things. Yeah.
I can imagine, Jordan, that because this is on the blockchain, all the transactions are getting reported on the blockchain explorers, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah.
And
So
so,
there is that part of the blockchain where the analytics are already available
yeah,
for every transaction.
yeah, they're on the public
Uh,
blockchain. Every
yeah.
transaction is visible in the public blockchain through the say either Scan Explorer or say Silo Scan.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if it's going to be on Silo Scan, so the merchant himself or herself, now this is on your dashboard. You just need to connect your dashboard to the Silo Scan Explorer so that person can check their QR code and then they can get the full list of the transactions.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they
Yeah.
can print it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they don't need to print it. There's no paper over there. It's all electronic.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yes. Okay. And earlier I said I had two questions. So my second question is about competitors. Do you have any competitors doing a similar thing in the same region, or yeah, can you speak on that?
Oh,
Yes. Yeah. Sure. I can. So we have different competitors in different regions. So here in East Africa, we have almost a similar product that is Prentium. And then in Nigeria, that is west of Africa, we have Brock Raider. Those are the two direct competitors that we do have. Yeah.
So you're saying Pretium Finance and Brock Raider, they are able to map to the cell phone number.
Yes. They are able to map to phone number, and they are able to do transaction in a similar way as Exion. Yeah.
And Pretium is in East Africa, is it?
Yeah, Prentium is in East Africa. Yeah.
So they are able to map to M-Pesa and pay bill numbers.
Yeah.
But this group is the Nigerian, they don't have pay bill number over there in Nigeria. something
in
different?
Nigeria, they mostly use banks and I think money point for mobile transactions.
Okay.
Yeah, though mobile transaction in West Africa is not that highly much. I wouldn't say that in terms of usage, I wouldn't say it's that much. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So my next question, I mean, could just briefly now we can talk about the talent pool. It seems like there's a
Just a moment. Just a
Yeah.
moment before you go to the talent pool. I wanted to know, is there a minimum transaction amount? And also, will the app cut, for example, when I'm paying using pay bill? Obviously, there's fees. Safaricom cuts some fees. Yeah. Will that be included in the transaction fees? Because also blockchain, you also need to pay gas fees for your transaction.
Yes. So when it comes to crypto transaction, there is a really minimum transaction fee. I think Lemon is here. He can Lemon or Lonex. He's one of the co-founders of Exion, and he's the one who is in charge of the development. Yeah.
Okay, let's hear from Lemon.
Okay, hello. Okay, I hope I'm audible enough.
Yes, you're audible, Lemon.
Okay, so basically, let me just like answer the question of Frida. So basically, okay. On the blockchain side, we have like the payment of gas fee. So currently, we are utilizing Celo because Celo, okay, literally, or the other chains, they have the native currency. For example, when you go to the likes of Base, Ethereum, they pay with the ETH gas fee, or which is much expensive. But when you come to Celo, like it's a bit mobile friendly, it's a bit like cost friendly. The other thing, okay, in the Celo part, you don't need the gas fee like for you to pay like the native token for you to pay the gas fee like the Celo. Literally, like you can pay using your own stable coins. So literally for the gas fee, because for example, I can say for like any transaction you're sending in Celo, you're being charged 0.3 cents. That's in Kenya shilling for every transaction. Even if you're moving a million, even if you're moving like 10 shilling, you're going to be charged 0.03 as a gas fee. So that's the only thing which the user is going to be cutted. So on the other thing, okay, so on our business model, literally, we are going to give users maybe like different rates. For example, you can say maybe for you just maybe like to swap maybe your one USSD to, for example, to your like maybe to the send money or the till number, we are going to give you maybe currently 127, 128. Yeah, so that's why we're making small margins.
Yeah. So
Okay, and so on the issue of minimum transactions, is there like a minimum transaction, or if I go to, let's say, to the Mamamboga and I want to buy 20 shillings worth of
Okay. For us currently, the minimum transaction we're doing is 10 shilling, 10 shilling.
Okay.
Yeah.
10 shilling is $0.01.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one shilling is about $1 is about 126 shillings.
Okay.
So it's like it's like hundredths of a dollar. That's that's like, a tenth of a dollar. Let's say.
Negligible, yes. Practically nothing.
Yeah, that's the minimum amount. So it's very good, very conservative. Okay. Is there any other questions? And thank you so much, Lemon. So Lemon, what's your other name? It's Lemon somebody.
Okay, you can just call me Ronix.
Oh, I didn't even get that. Speak so fast, Lemon. Are you on coffee?
Nah. Already, okay, Ronix. Yeah.
Ronix.
Yeah, Ronix, yeah.
Lemon Ronix. Okay. All right. So yeah, welcome here. And this is a great discussion. So I just wanted to pivot over because of the time we have to talk about the talent pool. People in the world are saying that Kenya is a notion of talent, not just a talent pool, a notion of talent in blockchain. Question I'm asking maybe for you, Lemon and Jordan, what is driving this talent ocean? What's causing all this interest in blockchain in Kenya?
I think one of the or three of the key things that are driving innovation, and I think Vitalik also explained that in is it last year's article? It talked about specifically Kenya and Africa, specifically Kenya having pragmatic developers, which is driven by three of the things: curiosity, connectivity, and necessity. So curiosity here being that most people are very curious on how softwares work. With the innovation of M-Pesa, it really sparked a lot of curiosity amongst developers. So the different developers have been contributing to different protocols. There is also connectivity of the internet. At least half of the, I think half of the country is well connected with internet. And then there is the necessity, like being the mother of all invention, where people or developers, young developers feel like there is a need to innovate new tools, new technology, and also create infrastructures. So this has really sparked a lot. And apart from that curiosity, they've been able to like, I personally, after, I think that was during COVID, I had to jump into hackathons and find ways to see how the world and how different developers are doing or innovating, you know. And some of them have been able to ship a really great product. We've had developers working for GitHub. We've had developers working for really great protocols like Stacknet. Yeah. So those are some of the things that has really sparked. Yeah.
I think yeah, it's an explosion of interest in blockchain in Web3 development. So you could say it comes at the footsteps of M-Pesa itself, because M-Pesa was revolutionary, and then I think people in Kenya can see how transformational M-Pesa was, and then they can see the blockchain being like the next step into the revolution in financial accessibility. And you say this curiosity, just being curious. Kenyans are curious people. And what drives that curiosity is, of course, the history of the nation. We came out of colonization, and then we have now, we are told we are a new republic, and then that republic seems not to be happening. There's still so much financial oppression, a lot of people being unbanked. Then people are curious, how can we come from this state of unbankedness or extra legalness into the finance system? And then you also say necessity. Necessity is the mother of invention. What drives that necessity is that people being extra legal outside, and how do we come on board? And then, of course, this interest of connecting with other people in the world. Of course, Kenya is now very well connected with the internet. And I believe that the connectivity is much more than half of the population. Because if there is a cell phone in every household, and that cell phone can access data from Safaricom, M-Pesa, you could say that connectivity is almost universal, it's ubiquitous. But the connectivity is not continuous, because people will have intermittent connectivity. When they buy bundles, they can get online. Okay. So but then at one point it's going to be continuous connectivity. And I think that's the curiosity. How do we bring continuous connectivity for everyone? And I think this is real power here. And so for people, say people here in the United States who have blockchain projects that they want to develop, Jordan, would you say that people in Kenya would help them develop those projects? Particularly, we're talking about business process outsourcing, because there's a lot of guys, say in the United States, who want to develop blockchain projects, or even say in other parts of the world, but they don't know who to ask. Would you say that it is possible to put together teams that can develop very good world-class projects, like you said. You people who are already working with these world-class blockchain projects. So give us an idea of somebody with an idea here in the United States who wants a blockchain project developed. How does he go about that, like composing a team, putting it together? How can you guys do that over there in Kenya?
Okay, awesome. So, like I said, we've really come a long way in terms of talent in East Africa, and we've been able to grow from just curious developers to now developers who are contributing to real world products or real world or world class products. So we have different developer clubs here in Kenya where people, some of them do participate in hackathon. They haven't been able to like get to working into like actual products, and they really are doing a really good job. We have the other sets of developers who are now contributing to protocols like Stacknet, Sui blockchain, things like VadWeb, companies like VadWeb, and yeah. So these developer clubs and communities are leading in helping developers be able to contribute to the development of blockchain and also into adoption of blockchain. So, like, apart from being part of the Exion team, I'm also a part of these communities like Celo Kenya and Celo Africa DAO, which has a pool of developers from different regions, from Uganda, Kenya, South Africa, and Nigeria. And recently we've been into Ghana. So we have different pools of developers. So if you are coming from any part of the world, you can be able to like hire these talent, and then they can be able to help you be able to build. I've seen some of the companies from Celo ecosystem specifically hire developers from the Celo Kenya ecosystem. So there is Lemon, Ronet, I think, Ronet. There is another lady who is also part of the Celo community who is contributing to Stacknet community through the Cairo. So Cairo is a programming language for Stacknet, and the lady has been contributing into the compiler part of the language. Yeah. So the talent ocean is really huge in East Africa and in Africa in general. Yeah.
That's amazing. So it's Cairo is spelled like capital city of Egypt. C-A-I.
Yeah, it's spelled as the capital city of Egypt. It's a programming language for it's a Rust-based programming language for Stacknet blockchain. Yeah. In fact, apart from just contributing to the protocols, and there are also developers who are contributing to research. I've seen a number of them have been selected for Zurich research residency. Yeah.
That is Zurich, Switzerland.
Oh, the program is for zero knowledge proofs. For zero knowledge proof. Yeah.
So Zurich zero knowledge proof is very much Ethereum based, like Ethereum. Yeah. Ethereum, Celo. So ZK is okay. That's amazing. And what I would like to I mean, we are saying that what people would like to know, if somebody has a project that would like to get developed, and they need a number of people to work on a project, say roughly how many people should be in the team and what will be their roles?
Oh, well, through my experience, from what I've seen, it will depend with a number of things. One, it will depend whether it's an MVP.
Yeah.
So if it's an MVP, and you totally don't have, and also it also gonna depend with the founder. So some founders, we have technical and non-technical founders. Like for our team, we are all technical founders. So it was easy for us to be able to like build Exion and be able to iterate fast, which when it comes to non-technical founder, it's really hard to communicate or translate the idea into what they expect. So you need to have a really good team of dedicated developers who actually have been able to prove and translate ideas based on the idea. So normally if it's an MVP, would recommend around six developer. Yeah. So no, for if it's a product that you want to present in a hackathon, that one we normally recommend about 6 people. That means that you will be able to like have also control of the people and how they are developing. You will be able to do that. And they have to be different people. We have maybe you could have like a full stack developer who is very well conversant with Solidity, all smart contract development languages, blockchain technology, backend experience, and front-end experience. So that guy will be able to know how the different technology, that is the backend, the front-end, and the blockchain aspect, how they connect with each other. If it's a web and a mobile app, you may need a mobile developer, you may need a web developer, and the other one being a UI UX. So remember, you want people to be able to use your application. So you want your people to be hooked. If it's a finance application, it's really hard for people to like be hooked. So you really need a really good UI UX designer. So this guy designs the UI of your application, whether it's your web or your mobile application. So they have to be really good designers. And then you need a project manager. So you need a project manager. So the project manager is the one who will be able to make sure that the project is on track. They will be able to make sure that the launch date is met. They will be the one to make sure that that everything is in order. It is in order. Yeah. So that's what I would recommend before you even go out to maybe look for a marketer. You need those 6 types of talent. Yeah.
Awesome. Wow. But people don't know UI UX is user interface, user experience.
Yeah.
Which
That
language?
is user experience and user interface. Yeah.
So you need
So
you need blockchain
yeah.
developers who can do the smart contracts, then people who can do the backend stuff. Then you need people who can do this web development and
Yeah.
mobile development, mobile application development. So web application and mobile application maybe. And then people who can design very good user interfaces to give people good user experience, so to drive adoption and to simplify the jargon, make it accessible to local people. And then eventually you shall need market development people after you have developed your MVP. So the next thing is market development. Yeah. So I think this is what I would maybe ask about the talent pool, and maybe there are questions out there in the community. Is there any questions so far? If Frida, anyone has posed questions?
Yeah, I didn't have
Yes.
questions yet.
Go
I
ahead.
don't know.
Jonathan was about to ask question. Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead, John.
Oh,
Jose. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. So out of the team of people mentioned, the only person I see working with the data specifically would be the full stack person, but that's a lot to handle, doing the full stack and the blockchain for them when data is so important. So would it be advisable to dedicate a specific database administrator or somebody to focus on, the data side to work with the full stack developer?
Yeah. So the good thing about maybe when you are looking for the talent, you would consider their experience and the tools that they have used. So if it's a full stack developer, probably or a senior software developer, probably they have worked with different tools like, let's say, Azure, AWS, and such tools. They are well versatile with database administration and database design and such processes. So there is something we call CID. Is it CID? It's continuous improvement and continuous development. CID, CICD, which is continuous integration and continuous development. So they are able to set up such environments where you would mainly make the main team to be able to focus on the development part without the need of them to have to like go back and forth in maintaining. The other good thing about blockchain, though it will also depend with the structure of the application. So if it's an entirely decentralized application, you really don't need to have a database admin. You only need to have a smart contract, because the smart contract now becomes the database. It becomes the decentralized database. So once you build your smart contract, you won't be able to, like, once you deploy it into the mainnet, you won't be able to like make changes unless you deploy another smart contract. Yeah, so it will entirely depend with the architecture of your application. So if your application is a custodial or an exchange, like let's say like Binance, you will probably need a database. And also I normally have them as on-chain data and off-chain data. So on-chain data is the blockchain part where we have all these transactions on-chain, on the blockchain. We have this data which is stored in the blockchain. And then we have the off-chain data being the bits of data, like let's say the KYC, the know your customer processes, would be stored in a database. So not all data goes into the blockchain. Not all data goes into the blockchain. So your personal information, like your name, like your ID card, not all of that data goes into the blockchain. Yeah. So nowadays we have, and I think I've mentioned about zero knowledge proof a lot. We have different concepts of all protocols that do KYC verification of your data. So we have something called the self protocol, whereby you can be able to verify without revealing your information or your passport detail, without revealing that information. Yeah, so like I said, it will entirely depend with the apps architecture. So apps architecture. So if it's a fully decentralized application, you wouldn't really need a database administrator. But if it's yeah.
That's good. I understand, especially with the AWS, you know, like tools that they have a lot of automation with Lambda, and you know, and their other services. It's all interconnected. I'm certified on the AWS side for cloud practitioner, so I totally understand that aspect of it. And then the blockchain side, I understand that being decentralized, working, you know, as a database too. So those two things are great. And then when you combine that with a senior developer, somebody with experience, yeah, I could see how the workload wouldn't necessarily be too much for them.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much, Jordan. Now, about on-chain, off-chain data. Where does Chainlink come in? Chainlink.
Chainlink has different oracles. So we call it the missing link, and it has different oracles. So it has price oracle, it has real-time data. So it has one of it is the price feed. So it's able to convert, let's say, local fiat currency like Kenya shillings, and be able to like convert between the stable currencies or the different cryptocurrency. And then there is also proof of reserve. So Chainlink is able to verify off-chain mobile money liquidity, and use it for like stable collateral. Like let's say it's able to prove that CUSD and the US dollar is backed maybe 1-to-1. So that is the off-chain reserves. So it's able to look if there is an off-chain reserve somewhere. So stable currencies there are different types of stable currencies which are out there. So they are the ones which are actually backed by the US dollar, and then there are other backed by different crypto assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and such. So they are backed by other cryptocurrencies. So you need to, if a stable currency is backed by the US dollar, it means that it has an off-chain reserve, maybe in a bank or somewhere. So Chainlink provides that information. Then we have custom oracles. So this could be any API. Let's say, for example, for M-Pesa transactions, callbacks, and such. It also has what we have automation. So Chainlink keepers or automation. So these are like triggers for smart contract actions to be able to like have like a daily yield payout, maybe auto balancing. Then we have what they introduced a couple of years ago, like a couple of I think 2 years ago or something like that, which is called the CCIP. So CCIP is cross-chain interoperability. So this means that they offer the ability for blockchains to be able to move assets from Celo to Base and to Ethereum. So you can be able to move assets or crypto assets from in different chains, which is really something which is cool, because it has been sometimes difficult to like move I remember when we started, we would, if we wanted to move a token, let's say a token like DAI, from one chain to another, we would basically be starting from converting it to wrap Ether, and then from wrapped Ether, we convert it to Ethereum. And through that process, there is a lot of transaction fee which is used. So with cross-chain interoperability, you minimize the transaction fee. So in short, Chainlink provides such services, specifically oracles and for real-time data feeds. All, yeah. So remember, smart contracts don't have HTTP requests. So for them to be able to have this information in real time, that's where now Chainlink comes into place. Yeah.
Thank you. So what you're saying, and I was asking this in pursuit to Jose's question on database administration. So Chainlink is a database oracles that helps connect different databases, whether in a bank, whether it's your ID card, your personal identification information, is able now to get information from this database to this database, and then this create this cross-chain interoperability. Very powerful.
Yes, I learned about oracles through one of your other talks. So
yeah.
So yes, I understand. Yes.
All right, and of course, Oracle is the original database. It's a big company here
that's true,
in
yes.
the United States.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
Yes.
So it's the same idea about Oracle databases, but now on the blockchain. Yeah. So these solutions are we have to. This is very high profile kind of information. I'm sure we don't want to break your neurons so far. Everybody. Yeah, it's not to bust your neurons, but I think we need to have these type of conversations because a lot of people in this world do not believe that this kind of thing is happening in Africa. See, that's one thing that we want to bring this conversation live so that the talent pool in Africa, let's go the ocean of talent, comes now to the surface and become visible. And that's our job. So Jordan, thank you so much. And I don't have any other questions.
Well, I think earlier Frida and I were going to ask a question. So I think Frida might have a question.
Yeah, Frida. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I don't have a question. Jose, you can go ahead.
Okay, that's all then.
Okay. Well, is there any other things, other issues, maybe any other business? But thank you so much, Jordan. And I think next we shall be hearing about Jordan. We're going to work together so we can make this weekly meeting, so we can highlight as much of this talent that's going on in East Africa, and of course in other African countries, so that we bring to light all this technology. And there are a lot of people, particularly the African population in the diaspora. For example, this morning I was with a guy who is a Ghanaian, and I talked to him briefly about blockchain, and he said he has no idea what it is. But then after this, I'm going to send him this video. So, and I asked him to listen all the way through, and then he can help us to spread the gospel even to Ghana itself. But yeah, and Nigeria, we have lots of people interested in South Africa. So
30 minutes.
30 minutes, yeah. Right now, yeah, we could even finish early, because if there's no further questions, we could stop here unless there are any comments, concerns, philosophical thoughts. What's the last philosophical thoughts? We can ask Mr. Lemon.
I think he dropped. I can't see him in the call.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think I can say something.
Yeah.
As we wrap up. So like when we started, we started with trying to make blockchain really simple, and that's what we need to do, and that's why we are building Exion, so that we can be able to probably make the transfer of money and finance to be a really awesome experience. And also to empower users to be able to have that sovereign power with their currency. Yeah. And one of the thing I think Dr. has been talking about in some of his articles is that we need to be able to translate this knowledge and empower the communities, which is really something which is really awesome. So we do need to translate this knowledge and be able to make it available for the people. Yeah, before we even start commercialization of anything, we need to like add value to people, add value to the users, and once they have seen the value, they can be able to eventually add value to us. Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent philosophical art. So, as you all heard, is about sovereignty of every individual. Sovereignty means that you rule your own turf. You become the owner of your own value. Can you believe that? Owner of your own value. What Jordan is saying is that blockchain, with a blockchain, we have to simplify the language enough until people understand how to represent their own value on the blockchain, on the finance market, for example. And that is what's called sovereignty. Right now, we are sovereign nations, which are governments. But now, as an individual, on the blockchain, you're able to become your own government, a sovereign individual. And that's where the power is, so that you can get paid for the value of the work that you produce every day. And if we can now translate that language, make sure that people understand how they can represent their own value, even with their own small feature phone, the USSD phone, that would be a great breakthrough. And that is what's going to end poverty as we know it today. Poverty does not exist. It is only, poverty is underrepresented value. The value that you produce every day does not show up in the marketplace, and then you're said to be poor. But what do you have the technology for representing that value? That every individual is sovereign in his representation, then poverty will vanish, and all that thing called third world goes away. And so now, in terms of now translating that knowledge, is bringing that idea of eradicating poverty, which poverty really doesn't exist, representing value, and the poverty just disappears all by itself. And then we can commercialize the knowledge that is in the African continent, a lot of it, which is in trillions of dollars. Okay, I think with those final words, we are going to stop here. And then let's continue this conversation online. This video is available through YouTube, our YouTube channel. Next week, we are going to have a similar meeting. We're going to be having these interviews every single week, so that we can, we are going to communicate with you through WhatsApp and through our LinkedIn profile, and through, direct messaging. So stay tuned, so that we're going to be meeting again at 9:30 a.m. also time, exactly the same time as we did today, next week, Saturday. So thank you so much. Unless, Frida, we have anything, we can adjourn the meeting.
Yes, thank you very much, everyone, for being here. And we don't have any other questions. We can just adjourn the meeting and meet next Saturday.
Okay, thank you.